عزیز طلبہ و طالبات، فروق فاؤنڈیشن آن لائن اسکول کے ذریعے یکساں نصاب کے مطابق تعلیم حاصل کریں۔ اگر ہماری ویڈیوز پسند آئیں تو چینل کو سبسکرائب کریں اور دوستوں کے ساتھ شیئر کریں اور بیل آئیکن کو لازمی دبائیں تاکہ آئندہ آنے والی تعلیمی ویڈیوز آپ حاصل کر سکیں۔
بچو تاسو آنلاین سکول نه پوره تعلیم کوئ شئ او بورډ کلاسز د انم او لسم ولا پاس کول شئ. تاسو خپل نور هم تعلیم حاصل کوئ شئ خپل عمر مطابق. خپل مور او پلار فون یا لیپټاپ ذریعے مونږ سره آنلاین کلاس هستن د پاره خبره کوئ شئ. روزانه یو یا 2 غنټې که تاسو کلاس اخلئ او چې بیا تاسو سکول ته ځئ نو تاسو ته نو مدد ضرورت نه وي. داسې چې دا پړهایي سره تاسو خپل ټایم او د مور پلار پیسې هم بچ کوئ شئ. آنلاین کلاس چې دا هغه هیڅ هم فیس نشته ده. تاسو زوم باندې هم خپل کلاس خستل شئ او هر مضمون ول چې دی هغه مکمل ویډیوز موجود دي. So let's begin with the exercise of unit 6 green cornfield. First of all, we will discuss the sentences, the words, their meaning and sentence. So the first word is morn. Morn means morning. So sentence is, it's a beautiful morning. Skylark. Skylark is a small brown bird that is known for its beautiful singing. So the sentence is, Skylark increase the beauty of spring by its singing. Speck, a very small piece. Wadu ke honde chada kana zarre ta chada kana speck ke. There are specks of dust in the air. Soared, to rise high above in the sky. Pasa the aksar birds si pasa laka hawa ke pasa vich dino da soar. The birds soared high in the sky, sank to go down below the surface. Surface na lande yani gehrai ta chise another sank. The ship sank in the sea. Tender, gentle or loving. My mom gives me a tender look. Swift, moving quickly. Zar zar tlano dei. The car went through the tunnel with swift speed. Slid, move smoothly over surface. आराम سره لکه یو شی سے خوی شي یا یو رکاوټ نه بغیر یو شي نه تیر شي نو هغه ته سلیډ یي. It was fine sliding over the swing. Stalks, stem of plant. Corns have very long stalks. Mate, partner. The bird's mate was waiting in the nest. So these were some of the difficult words in the poem and their meaning. We have discussed their meanings and sentence. So let's just move to another part, that is comprehension. So the first question is, write down the main idea of the poem. So the main idea of the poem is to celebrate nature, life and love. It emphasizes on the message that we should pay attention to the little things around us and reflect upon the beauty of their nature, because it can help us stay more focused, grateful and happy in our own lives. So it is giving just a simple message of how little things can add beauty to our life. All these little things around us, the nature and even the people around us matter so much, and we need to focus on their existence, on their presence. We need to enjoy their presence. We need to cherish that they are part of our lives. So this makes us more grateful. This makes us our life more calm, more happy. So we need to focus on these little things. The poem ول چې دا کنه دا main idea یا main قاعده ده چې پویټ چې دا مودي چې مول آس پاس ډیر وړ شي نه دي، داسې مختلف شي نه دي چې مو ته هغه باندې فوکس کون پکار دا، هغه باندې غور کون پکار دا. داسې نیچر دا، نیچر کې بوټي شي نه نور ډیر هر سره سي چرند پرند هر څه نو مو ته چې دا دو هر یو شي باندې موجودګي چې دا کنه دا احساس کون پکار دا، مو ته دا شي نه چې دا کنه یو نعمت په تور ګڼل پکار دي. نو دا شی مو له زندگی باندې ډیر اثر اچي، ډیر ښه اثر اچي. Second question is, the poet has used alliteration in the following stanza. One example has been underlined. Find another example from the same stanza. So the answer is, stage below in gay accord. So this is the following stanza and we have to underline the words that are alliterative examples. As we have earlier discussed alliteration, alliteration is a literary device that we use when there are where the words are giving the same sound, producing same sound in a sentence. So in this stanza there are examples of alliteration. A stage below in gay accord, white butterflies danced on the wing, and still the singing skylark soared, and silent sank and soared to sing. So in this stanza, you can see the words that I've underlined: singing, skylark, soared. So these give this S sound, singing, skylark, soared. So in the last sentence, there are also some of the examples of alliteration, like silent, sang, soared, sing. So these are also giving the same sound, so they are also counted as alliterative examples. So the next question is, what effect the poet is trying to achieve with the technique of alliteration? The poet is trying to bring a rhythm to the poem, so it seems more of a song, as there are a lot of alliterative examples in the poem to have musical effect. As we have earlier discussed, that alliteration helps in bringing that musical effect, that song effect in the poem, and it brings a very beautiful rhythm in it. So that's why poetry is trying to use alliteration in the poem. So the next question is, how do we know that the poet leaves the cornfield before the skylark has stopped singing? The question ki data pose ki che poet tsange pata laka poet mu tsange pata lagi che poet sida kana cornfield na lado kana skylark wala gana vinu na pehla. So the poet has left the cornfield because she was still thinking that the mate of skylark would still be sitting and listening to his song even after she has left the field. In the last stanza, the poet was was telling that she has left the field, and she was wondering and she was thinking about the partner of the skylark, that she would be sitting somewhere in the nest and would listening to the song of skylark. So it means that even she has left the field, so still the skylark is singing. देखिए पोइट چې دا کنه اخیری سټنس کې دا خبره کړي چې هغه فیلډ نه لاړ شي کنه فیلډ نه چې الاړ شي نو موږ د څه پته لګي ویل چې اوس سوچ کې چې د سکایلارک ول چې کوم پارټنر ده کنه او چې ته خپل نست کې ناست وي او د ولا غانه به اوسم چې د کنه اوري د سکایلارک ولا نو دې مطلب چې الاړ نو هغه دا سوچ کولو چې لکه اوس سکایلارک چې د کنه غانه وي نو دینه موږ ته پته لګي چې هغه فیلډ نه لاړ ده. So the next question is, list the colors that have been used in the poem. What do you think? The colors that have been used in the poem are green and blue, which shows that it's a beautiful sunny morning of the spring and there's a lot of greenery around, which means everything is blooming. So it is a sign of brightness, peace and positivity. These colors shows a peace. It's giving a peaceful message, a very positive message in this poem, because it shows that it's a sunny morning and it's a bright day. It's the poet has the very good mood. She's in a very good mood and she is enjoying, so this poem is basically giving us this message that everything is blooming. It's the season of spring, everything is so fresh and starting to grow. So this is how these colors are indicating in this poem. And the last question is, where did the poet pause? Explain. The poet paused to hear the beautiful song of skylark, and in the last stanza the poet was said that she paused for a while and she was listening to the beautiful song of skylark, and so that is where she stops. She take a pause for a moment. Poet da اخیری کې ولري skylark ولا song اوریدل نه پاره نو هغه ځکه چې دا کنه پویټ لګ ټایم دی پاره چې دا کنه ودري او چې دا کنه انجوای کوي غتمازاویر سیچا skylark wala song avri. Now moving on to the second part of comprehension is gapped summary. Choose the correct word to complete the summary of the poem. The poet describes how content means happy she feels as she walks through a cornfield. As she walks along, she sees a skylark flying in the sky, She was flying in the sky. It doesn't sing as it flies higher below. Butterflies moving quickly in the cornfield. The poet knows that the skylark nest is hidden in the cornfield. She imagines that its companion is also listening somewhere in the cornfield. Choose the correct options. The pronoun his in the line below has been used for the dash, and as I pause to hear his song, the his pronoun is used for skylark. In the lines below, my walks refer to the lines are the cornfield stretched a tender green to right and left beside my walks. So my walks here means my path, The pronoun he in the line below has been used for I knew he had a nest unseen. Skylark, it's again skylark. I in the line below refers to lines are the perhaps his mate sat listening long and listened longer than I did. So here I is referring to the poet herself. In the lines below, beside means the cornfields stretched a tender green to right and left beside my walks. Beside my walks, beside always means next to or inside of her, in the side of her. So it means next to. So next is the vocabulary part. So the first question is point out alliteration used in the following tongue twisters. So I have underlined the words. A big black bug blew big blue bubbles. This B sound, it's being repeated. So these words with B are giving alliteration. It giving alliterative sounds. Next one is many mini mice make nice merry music. So many mini mice make merry music. So all these M sound words with M sound are alliterative examples. And the next two questions are discussed in the next coming slides. So the B part is how many syllables do the following words have? So first of all, we need to define what is a syllable. What are syllables? A syllable is a part of word that contains a single vowel sound and that is pronounced as a unit. Actually the word in a single word there are different parts, there are different units. In every unit there is a single vowel sound. We will be discussing in the following examples. Syllable to the your word के मुख्तलिफ syllables की देशी सही शो syllable दसी कना लकत your word वाला different parts के your word divide के हर your part के कम अज़ कम your vowel sound भी vowels कुम दी A I E O U no da sound शिचिता के रसी कना कुम part किम no अगा part तमु यो बेला syllable यो सही शो. So in the following examples, there's the words like the word September has 3 syllables. Sep, tem, bur. In sep there's a vowel sound sep. A sound. Tem there is e sound. Bur there's a sound. So different 3 vowel sounds are coming in this sentence. So it has 3 syllables. Information. In there's I sound. For there's O sound. Ma, informe, may. may there is a sound. Shun has this a sound. Okay, so there are 4 different sounds. So they are having 4 different syllables. Discovery, dis, it also has 4 syllables. Dis, there is this e sound, curve, there's a sound. There's also this a sound. Discovery, e, that last y is giving e sound, so there's e sound. So there's 4 syllables in discovery. Television, it also has 4 syllables. Tell, it's giving e, different vowel sound. We, it's also giving e sound. Jeune, there's a sound in there. Jeune, a sound. So there's 4 different syllables in television. Stock has only 1 syllable. This stock with only single vowel sound, so that's why it is said that it has 1 syllable. I hope you have got the idea about what syllable means and how it is identified in words. So the next part is find 3 rhyming words from the poem and create 3 more rhyming words for the words found. Rhyming words, so they're gonna identify or rhyming words. So rhyming words are basically the words that are having same sound. So the first one is wing. So the wing has rhyming words like sing, swing, cling. Song has another have rhyming words like long, prolong, trong. Morn has also rhyming words like corn, horn, thorn. So I hope you have got the idea about how to identify rhyming words in a poem. They create a very good picture and good sound effect in the poem when we use different rhyming words. So the next part is grammar. So first of all, there's adjectives. Adjectives usually go before the nouns they modify. Adjective is something that gives meaning to the noun, and it is usually used before noun. Example, she's a pretty girl. What kind of girl? Pretty. So pretty is an adjective. The adjective pretty modifies the noun girl and goes before it. So there are position of adjectives. There are different position where adjectives can be placed. So position of adjective is used to show the place where the adjective should stand. There are 3 positions of adjective. Adjective stands before noun. As we have discussed in the earlier example, adjective can stand before a noun in the sentences and it modifies or describes the noun after it. For example, we met an intelligent man. Man is noun, so intelligent is used before the man, so it can also be placed before the noun. They are happy students. She is very clever girl. So all these underlined words are adjectives and they are placed before noun, and so they are describing the noun words. Adjective stands after adverb. Adverb can stand before adjective in the sentences and it is used to modify adjective that stands after it. So the adjective can stand after it. Sometimes adjective can come after adverb. Basically adverb is used to modify verb, but here adverb and adjective can also come next to each other. For example, she is very clever. They are so kind. It is too old. So mainly sometimes adverb is a word that is used to modify verb and adjective that stands after it. Adjective stands after linking verb. Adjective can be used after linking verb as a complement to tell more about the subject. For example, she becomes angry. Become is a linking verb, and so angry is coming after it. They seem happy. So seem here is linking verb. So adjective happy is used after it. The sky grows dark. We feel bored. It tastes delicious. And there's a note that linking verb is a verb that joins the subject of sentence to the complement object. Here, she, they, the sky, we, or it, these are all the subjects, and they are so the linking verb is joining the subject with the object or the complement. So here the linking verb adjective can also come after the linking verb, as we have discussed earlier in the examples. Comparative adjectives. Fill in the spaces with the appropriate comparative adjective. Dawood is older than Kiran. I am taller than the bookshelf. My dog is faster than my cat. The soup is hotter than the milk. The rock is harder than the banana. So all these words, old, tall, fast, hard, these were adjectives. And comparative adjectives is used to make comparison, between the nouns. It means that Dawood and Kiran were being compared. So here comparative adjectives are used, and they are mostly, they are having er or more, word more. So there are absolute adjectives. Absolute adjectives do not have comparative and superlative forms. If something is complete, then this is an absolute adjective. It means that there are some words that where we do not have their comparative forms or superlative forms. As we have earlier discussed, the comparative forms of adjective, like for example, he is perfect. Perfect cannot be used in comparative and superlative sentences. We cannot say that he's more perfect or he's most perfect person. We say that he's perfect. Perfect does not need to be in comparative or superlative forms. It is complete. Even it gives complete meaning. It does not need to be over modified or used in comparative or superlative forms. So it means that perfect is an absolute adjective. How about these words? Are they absolute adjectives or not? Opposite is an absolute adjective. Beautiful is not an absolute adjective, because we can say that she's more beautiful, or we can also say that she's the most beautiful person. So we are using comparative and superlative forms with beautiful, so that's why it cannot be an absolute adjective. Round is an absolute adjective. Unique is an absolute adjective. Green. For the colors, always remember that colors can never be absolute adjective. We can say that it is more greener, or it is less greener, or it is the most green thing, green place I have ever seen, like this kind of thing. So it cannot be an absolute adjective. Healthy is not an absolute adjective. We can say that I'm more healthier, or I'm most healthiest person in my family. So like we can say things like this. So healthy is not an absolute adjective. I hope you have got the idea about absolute adjective. Write down the comparative and superlative degrees of the following adjectives. The first one has been done. Far, further. Further is the comparative, and furthest is the superlative. So bad, worse, worst. Ugly, uglier, ugliest. Pretty, prettier, prettiest. Expensive, more expensive, most expensive. Tall, taller or tallest. Good, better, best. Cheap, cheaper, cheapest. Many, more, most. So these were comparative and superlative. You have seen the example how comparative, when we are making comparison between two things, we use comparative adjectives. When we are discussing about one thing that has the superlative form, that is complete, so we use the superlative form for that thing. Forming adjectives. Adjectives may be formed from nouns like dirt. Dirt is noun, dirty. Hope is noun, hopeful, hopeless. Silk, Silk is noun, silken or silky can be their adjectives. Filling the blanks with the adjectives formed from the nouns in bracket. Atif is a mischievous boy. Mischief is noun, mischievous is adjective. The man's property was seized because he was dishonest. Her outrageous behavior won her no friends. I am envious of no one. Pleased to meet you, he said in a respectful tone of voice. The sensitive violence seen in the film is repulsive. He is courageous soldier. It is not a pardonable mistake. Dark, stormy clouds gathered in the sky. You have seen how we can make adjectives from nouns. Their noun form has changed into adjective form. So this is how we can also form adjectives from the noun. I hope you have got the idea about the grammar part, about the adjectives. We have learned different things about adjectives today, and I hope you have got the idea, you have understood everything. So if there's any question, just drop the comment below in the comment section, and inshallah I'll answer it. So we'll see you in the next video with new chapter, and till then, Allah Hafiz.